Alright, guys. So, Puga back for another game here. The Shimmy Rush Week Round of 16 Group B Finals here, spawning here on the top right. It'll be MMX's Lyra here. I don't believe Lyra was playing in the round of 32. Must have been a walkover of some sort here. And their opponent will be Babo here. We've had some interesting discussion with Babo. So we'll see how his play is going to be going on this game. And, yeah. And Babo is... Okay, I guess Lyra knows... Or rather, Babo knows it's going to be a PBZ. I don't know Lyra at all, so I had honestly no idea how it's going to play out. But we shall see how it's going to go down. Look, standard force fast expand stuff. Nothing really cheesy out of the gate right now, so that's always nice to have. And, yeah. So, best of threes, guys. I believe it ends up being best of fives in the round of 4, and then afterwards. So, yeah. And Forge should be coming down soon. Unless he's on a 2-gate. Actually, he made 2-gate. No? Okay. Well, I guess this makes sense. Well, actually... Well, this isn't a bad wall by Babo. It will be tight in some ways and others, and we have a 12 pool coming up for Lyra right here, I believe. Let me turn on some music right here. Yeah, this looks like it was a 12 pool. What is he waiting for? Is he gonna do 12? Okay. Did you guys just see that? Apparently, Babo just got a drone kill this early on. And Lyra's actually went 12 pool and then wanted to go 11, oh wow, 11 hatch. But because of that, all of a sudden this probe has now become the most ridiculously effective probe ever. Because not only that did he get a drone kill, he also delayed the 12 hatch, I guess now the 10 hatch going down. Not only that, excuse me about that, he's not even putting down the hatchery at the 3rd or anything. And to top that off, Lyra has no idea that, okay, actually this wall is not tight. But Lyra has no idea where the location of Babo is. Babo's gonna do a photon, Cannon Gate build. Then this would be okay. This isn't, you know, terrible, but this wall is not really a wall. You want to put gate on top of forge, so if the gate could fit here, I don't think it could. So if the forge is down like 1 hex, and then put down a gate there, this would be tight. But that is not tight. That's not tight at all. Just to inform that. Oh, okay, there we go. We have the far off 3rd base coming from Lyra right now. Very, very standard stuff right now from Lyra. Has taken a little bit of a blunder from the early game. And we'll have to see, though. We'll see if these lanes can get by, though. Remember, though, guys, Babo, this wall is not tight. Again, this wall's not tight. You want to have the forge on the bottom, not the gate on the bottom. It's not tight from there. And I don't think... Does Lyra not know Fighting Spirit? I would be disappointed if he didn't know Fighting Spirit. I mean, it's just such an, you know, a very played out map. So I guess maybe not. I just should be scouting information. It just doesn't seem like he's known. I don't think Lyra scouted this. Oopsie. Lyra. All right, Lyra. Okay, Lyra will... I don't think he knows this is... Okay. I don't know if Lyra knows that this is this is Babo's base right here, but anyway. Okay. Well, this probe is going to die from Lings. There goes down the layer. We'll have to see. I don't know. I honestly don't know how this is gonna play out, guys. We have the Cyber Core going up now. And oh man, I feel like this music's too loud too. Now, Dozy get +1. And we have the Dancing Overlord over the Nexus of Babo. And yeah, we'll have to see how this goes down. The layer is coming up. You have a couple of links saying up a contain right here. No zealot. Okay, no, we have 3 zealots. I just hope he knows this wall isn't tight. I really hope he knows that wall isn't tight. If we have like a good amount of links just trying to get through here, they will potentially get through. They are going to be funneling through that, but if you get speed, which he probably has getting done now, and we're going to have a Spire coming down. Now, this may be 4 meters. This also might just be purely for Scourge for Starport tech, as I believe I just saw a... No, well, nah, I don't see it. Okay, there's a Starport. Okay. I was just like, where to go? That's an interesting position as a Starport. Barely see that, though. So, Babo's going to be pressuring with a little bit with the 4 Zealots right here. It's not bad. He's getting +1. He's not going to go for, like, a speed a lot timing push. You wouldn't get Starport unless you... Yeah, you wouldn't get Starport unless you really want that. So, he's gonna be getting Corsair as well. So, the +1 there is going to help out a lot with early lings, though. So, I mean, this is pretty generic stuff. I mean, there really hasn't been much. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen, you know, a little bit more pressuring from Lyra, from Babo, just by the super strong opening that we originally had here. But that Sim City looks okay. It's not the greatest, but it will serve its job to protect the Sunken. But if we have, like, you know, like 6 or more speed lots going in this base is done. There really isn't a lot of Sunkens to really protect this well. And I hear, of course, they're killing off some stuff right here. So that's going to be a nuisance to deal with, but the Scourge will eventually connect on with that. Yep. And we have the 5 hatch. So it looks like it's going to be 3 hatch layer into 5 hatch Hydra. Do we have... We're already going to have Templar Tech out. No Storm on the way. Looking at probes and such. We're at 28 drones to 27 probes. That rarely happens. Either Lyra has been droning a crap ton, or Babo hasn't really been producing many probes. I don't really know. But we have 14 mutas. Okay, so he's gonna go air. Okay. Now you don't normally go mutalisks because of Corsair, but with only 2 Corsair out, if the split's good and the Scourge are good, this can totally work. The only thing though is, like, this build, I mean, this is totally fine in you know, ZVP, but this build that he went for with, like, the 5 hatcheries, like, it's not like you produce like mutalisks out of all those bases. You really don't. So I don't really know why he made so many extra hatcheries, but maybe he's getting Lurker Aspect as well. That would be interesting if he's getting a Lurker Aspect. No, he's not. It's a little sad. I don't think we even have Storm. He's even getting +1 air. That's severely late. Which, upgrades aren't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But it feels like Babo's going everything right now. Babo went with +1 on his Zealots, but he only has 4 on the map. Which I guess is better than, like, 0 5 Zealots, but +0 5 Zealots. But well, he's doing good on damage. There's only been 1 Sunken right here. He's gonna get a lot of drone kills. He's doing a lot more damage than it really should be. But nice for Babo though. Really, you know, and the +1's really gonna help kick in for these lings right here. But with the amount of mutalisks that are out, I'm not really sure if it matters. As long as those mutants really go in there and clean up this, should be fine. He really needs to evacuate those drones though. Still doing a lot of damage right there, guys, and it has done a good amount of damage to that mineral line for sure right here. But Lyra is, you know, pumping up the units here. 35 drones to 38. That's a lot more drones than you normally see at this point. But it's been about a week since I've casted, you know, ZVP in a while, so I'm not really quite sure on that. But I mean, he's only 3 drones behind, and at this point in the game, Zerg is normally way further behind. But, I mean, this Zerg is actually getting a nice economy out of these 5, you know, he's actually using these 5 hatcheries well. He's still droning behind it. I mean, he's macroing very well. And most of the time is because Protoss normally has a lot more units out right here. Desperately trying to get up more cannons here. These Mutalisks aren't really going to accomplish too much if they're attacking cannons here. He's getting a lot of upgrades going, which again isn't terrible, but oh, these Mutalisks, oh, they didn't do too much. Okay. Well, anyway. Just Babo is confusing me of what he's going here. He's going for, like, he got an early Templar Archives. He never used it, except for now starting his +2, but he's just finishing Storm now. They would really want to get, he's just gotten tech that he really hasn't used. I mean, +1 Zealots are great, but you normally only go them, well, at least, they don't really serve much of a purpose when you're going to have 5 Zealots. I mean, it did a lot of damage with the 5 Zealots right here, but it doesn't really matter. Babo's going for killing off all the Mutalisks right there. Mutalisks didn't really do too much, other than, despite the fact that they were defending, and we have 6 drones just killed off by something. DT? Storm drop? What just happened? Did he make DTs without me knowing? Well, anyway, it's 82 supply to 81. This rarely happened for Zerg to be equal supply on the Protoss this early on. With Storm, though, with a 200 energy High Templar, he's gonna have enough for, like, at least 3 or 4 Storms by the time this push happens. So, I think as long as the Storms are good, Babo will be okay. His army isn't, you know, that great in comparison, because Lyra's been macroing so well. And, well, let's see how the Storm dodges go. I just feel like Babo's just trying to, like, hang in there. He's not really, he's not taking a 3rd base right now. He hasn't really been that aggressive. And, I mean, a passive Protoss can work. But generally, you want to take, like, bases if you're going to be passive and just play a lot of defense with a lot of cannons. And be, you know, having defensive Storms here. But it looks like he's going to be pushing on here. The concave for Lyra is going to be insane for this engagement. There's not going to be nearly enough Storms to cover that much surface area right here. He's not doing the best Storm dodging right here. But look at the damage Storm does, guys. In Brood War, it is absolutely phenomenal. But now the units are going to start funneling in here. Now, does Babo have enough for a couple more Storms here? That would be the question. Yes, he does, but he didn't utilize it. If Babo, you know, kind of baited Lyra into that and then stormed, he could have done a big number on this army right here. 84 supply to 87. So this is looking about a little bit more even. Still in definitely Zerg favored right now, as he has 4 bases compared to 2 bases. And it's not, I mean, Zergs tend to want to be off more bases in general than Protoss. But you don't absolutely have to be off another base. So right now, Zerg's going to have a really, really nice economy going. 47 drones to 40 probes. You rarely ever see a Harvester lead for Zerg in Brood War. And, oh my goodness, this game is, Zerg is, this is the first time I've seen in a long time that Zerg's won in ZVP. I've always thought this matchup was imbalanced, at least in terms of Protoss. At least for, I mean, I guess maybe Protoss has an easier time. We're going to have Hive coming up now, just started. Now he can go, you know, Ultras, he can go Guardians if you'd like to. I wouldn't expect Great Spire Tech, but it could happen. I mean, Zerg can go whatever the hell he wants to. I mean, that's the benefit. I mean, he's setting up a Lurker Contain, and it's not like this map is, like, the best map to do it on. It's not Sniper's Ridge, but even so, this Lurker Contain is working very well. Protoss is not taking any oh, it looks like he was going to try to take a 3rd base here, but it will be denied from this Zergling, or will be shown by the Zergling. And then we're going to have a lot more Zerglings probably going to counter that. I mean, Protoss is going to be restricted up to 2 base here. We're getting the more energy for High Templar. He needs to do something. He needs to attack. He needs to do something to Lyra here, but he's trying to clear out these Lurker Paths. It's going to be tough, though. I mean, there's so much stuff here. 118 supply to 124 here. And Babo's really going to want to take a third base here. Now, a lot of these speed lots, though, with these +2 speed lots, though, one thing for sure Babo's doing very, very well is that he's continuing to get his upgrades very, very well. A little bit more delayed, you know, maybe goon range, but not the worst. He's already getting +3 almost done by 15 minutes in the game here. That means these zealots are going to be like, I don't even know, man. They're just like beef zealots. I don't even know. They're just really freaking powerful zealots. That's all I can tell you. They're really going to make short work of Zerglings, especially due to the really lackluster upgrades compared to what we have of Lyra with only +1 melee and +1 missile. Not to say that's bad. I'm just saying that, and also +1 Carapace just finished as well for Lyra. But I mean, Lyra has so much control of this game right now. You know, Lyra, I mean, Babo is really desperately trying to get up this third base right here. But at the same time, by the time that base comes out, his main's going to be mined out. And literally, he's just going to be back off to 2 bases. This is third base, is 60 minutes in the game here. We have a 140 supply, you know, Zerg army. And it just shows how long it takes for Zergs to max out. That's why you rarely see a Ling Hydra maxed army, because it just takes so long. Ling Hydra Lurker army, I guess. Like I said, what's the hive tech going to be? Defiler Mound, it will be with Consume. Okay, I like that choice. It will definitely help to maybe advance because of the amount of goons that are out. But that's a lot of goons, guys. I mean, this should be enough to break through this Lurker contain right now without any kind of Ling support right here. Not that many Lings. Okay, no, there's a lot more Lings, right, guys? I think this should be enough, but there's +3 Zealots, though, man. They're going to just make such short work of these Lings right here. He needs to really start buffering the damage on the Lurkers right here. Nice run going on for Babo right here. Where's the rest of Lyra's army right here? He's going for a flank from the north part as well. I think there will be enough. The Zealots are not helping against stop the Hydras from killing off the Dragoons right here. Lings are now going onto the Dragoons right here, and Hydralisks. And again, there's just not enough Zealots to buffer. But these Zealots should be able to kill off these Hydralisks with their +3. Again, these +3 are going to be so annoying for Lyra right here. And it looks like Babo's going to break down this contain, guys. Very, very nice. I don't know if Babo likes to do like a 2-base +3 timing, but it worked. And it kind of got Lyra out of position. I think it came down to Babo's upgrades. I mean, maybe his map awareness, map presence hasn't been that great this game. But because of that +3 upgrades, guys, I mean, it made short work of that army. So, good for Babo. And now look at this. Babo's going to have map control. This now allows him to get up his 4th base. This allows him to get a lot more tech that he'd like to get off. Because remember, guys, that main base is going to be mined out. That 3rd should be operational. Just starting to transfer over probes right here. So that's just starting to get operational right here. Babo wants to be a little careful, though. He doesn't want to overextend. You know, I don't think he wants to cross this halfway point of the map right here. 143 supply to 143, I think. No, 120. So Zerg still has, you know, a 20 supply lead right here. Now, again, that might be in drones. 61, yeah, that's in drones. So keep in mind, guys, they're about equal supply in general. At least, oh, we have a storm drop. Just misses 7 drones have just been killed off from that storm drop there, guys. We're back down to 54 to 39. The probe saturation for Babo hasn't been super fantastic, but for this game, it makes sense because he's really only been off of 2 saturated bases, so he doesn't need, say, 60 probes or 50 probes, you know, in the greater scheme of things. So that's nice for him. We have a 5th base going up at the 12. That's should be starting to mine right here. He may be starting to drone up. That's a lot of Lings. 161 supply. There come out the Ultras. Exactly what he needs to have happen right here. And should eventually be able to deal with this because this is not necessarily an anti-Ultra army. It's mainly Goons. Goons can kill off Ultras very quickly. But High Templar and Zealots are okay, but it's not Reaver Dragoon Templar. Those Reavers really help, especially with the Dark Swarm available. Zealots can help, especially with the +3 right here. Alright. I think we're having a small skirmish right here, but again, this +3 force is just so powerful. Nice run going down. Lyra's having a little bit more difficulty dealing with the army right here. He's going to get a High Templar with 150 energy. He's going to make, oh, that nice storm there again. And it looks like Lyra will hopefully be able to clean this up. More reinforcing ultras are coming in here. Nice play going down as well. will be cleaning up, will summoning up those Zealots quite a bit, and these Ultras should be able to clean up the rest of this army right here. But that +3 again is just so powerful. Even if Ultras have +3 armor on them, tough, or 5 armor, or no, 4 armor, excuse me. Protesters get to take a 4th base though behind all this aggression, which is surprising me. Because I think Babo will push himself a little bit too hard there because he traded armies, which if he was off of 4 bases, that would have been okay. But because, you know, he can't, he's off of what, 9 gates, he really can't, he can build out of all of these, theoretically, with Zealots and stuff, but, you know, at this point in the game, Zealot, Dragoon, Templar doesn't counter this army comp. Defiler tech out. You really need to start transitioning to late game tech, and that's just not what Babo has. I mean, he's getting his upgrades. I mean, this is absolutely, I mean, key. I mean, if Babo does something absolutely correct this game, it is his upgrades. It has kept him in this game for this whole game, but I mean, he's just gonna have to start asking himself the question: is where do I take my 4th base here? He can't really leave his 3rd base, or else he's just gonna get completely surrounded. Zealots again just are not good against this almost maxed out Zerg army with 4-1 upgrades. He has double Evo going as well, so yeah, it's tough. This 5-base Zerg, man, he's just powering up. And this is what happens when you let a Zerg drone up so heavy. I mean, it just makes it so difficult. This game, it feels a lot closer than I think it is, but I think Lyra eventually, once he just pushes out with his maxed army, will be able to take this game. This army will be powerful. I mean, there should be enough storms, but with the Ultras in there, they're just going to make such short work of the Zealots right there. Nice play going down as well. And I just don't see these doing another fantastic play going down right here. He's going to be going into a choke point. This is where you would want to storm, but just look at the amount of Ultras that are on the screen, guys. And there's not even that many cannons here. There's no Dark Swarm going down, but I don't think it really matters. Even a lot of Overlords getting in there, but they're all empty. He has no drop play in it. Maybe just trying to scare it off. Do not mind that noise. That was just Skype going in and out. And there's a G by Lyra and Babo. So Lyra's going to take game 1, guys. I think it's a pretty interesting PV. What was it? PV. Wow, PVZ. I thought it was a pretty interesting game. All right, guys. So that will conclude game 1. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, if you guys are on the stream, we'll be back momentarily for game number 2. So GG for Lyra.